Hello all, I'm Gunther. I know games and I play games, and I'm going to do a tier list for the characters, and then for skills. I'm gonna have to pull up like a list of what skills do, just because I don't remember them off the top of my head. Um, do not be upset by the list, same as the last. The Ronin is A tier. It's a good all-around character, good for pushing. The only problem with the Ronin, which actually might put him in B, they are really bad when it comes to movement. If you don't have Smoke Bomb, you are going to have a big trouble with a lot of bosses because all you can do is just shove them away from you, which is not the greatest. The Wander, I'd say an A, because the Wander is a general all-around good character. Their little like move around thing is just good for getting out of bad situations. It's just that it could be better, which is why I'm jumped to the Chainmaster. I think Chainmaster is this character, but way better because they basically have Swap Toss, which is a lot better. It's a good skill, but just good. Ignore the fact the PNG is bigger for that one. I tried to like make this one, and it was a mess. I'm gonna put this character in S class. I'm biased. I'm 100% biased. I love this character. This is my favorite character of all the characters in the game. Really good for throwing enemies. Use the enemies as your own weapon. I love that. So I'm trying to like also pull up the skills for the next part. But yeah, generally really good character. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Shadow Mains. He is bad. And this is me looking at it from the ranking of playing day 7. Playing day 7, this character just doesn't feel good. They just like, the best way of putting it, they just don't do anything better than these characters. They have the most trouble getting out of situations, and the fact that the Shogun, the last form, can hit you, and you're just like, well, what do I do now? That is immediately disheartening for me. That makes me feel like, why? And then let me quickly pull up the skills. It's like on the wiki, and I have to like, I'll pull it up just so you guys can also see the I guess I can tell you what the skills do actually. So I believe it is this one. This should be up to date. So first up we have Backstabber. This is okay. This is good for getting if you get around enemies a lot. Generally, it's okay. I think the problem I have with it is I don't hit enemies from behind that often. It's not that I mainly triggered this by mistake, but it's generally okay. Bag is, I'd say C or D, counting on what combos you have. If the combos give items, it's great, but really, you're not gonna have a surplus of items most of the time, so it's kind of like, meh? I mean, maybe I'd say C, because I'd still take it. I don't take the Central Domain. I think I've said the last one, I don't take it. It's not bad. It just puts you in the center, and there's no reason for me to ever want to be in the center. That is not a good place for me. That's the least safe place, because of enemies spawn around on either side of you. You're not trapped in the center. And it's good for getting away from attacks, but only sometimes, compared to Mirror. So yeah, this is needs you to do more damage from the center, and with that, I'm not staying there when I get to the center anyway. Collision is a B for me because it counts on a character. I main the Jujutsu character, and they love throwing things. I like the Ronin. They shove things. Not the greatest character, but that collision damage can like add up over time. But I think collision's like it's a weird almost win more button. I believe this is the one that, yeah, this is one where you take damage, you freeze enemies. This is good outside of the last area bosses where they were immune to freeze. But for general damage, it's really good. The main reason you want this is enemies that hit you more than once, this stops the big attack. Because normally they start with a charge that hits you or a pull that hits you, and then they do a big attack. And because of that, it's just good. Combos freeze, I put that pretty similar to it just because it's the same idea. Only difference is you get to combo and get it. Just really good all around. As I said, only problem is bosses that can't be frozen. Close combat. I put this next tier because I use a lot of range, but I also use a good amount of close-up damage. And because of that, I just think this is a really good item. This gives you more damage. You can stack it, obviously. Everything here I believe you can stack outside of like things like combos freeze, because you can't double freeze. I mean, you can try, but it won't do anything. This one I love. Combos give you items. This can be good for getting a ton of items. This is the only time a bag would be useful for it, because you can use this and be more, because I save items for like worst case scenarios. With this, you can kind of go like, okay, I can use this to clear the area faster and get rid of problem enemies way quicker. This is a good item, especially, I mean, mainly early on, because it gets you more gold for combos, and it makes you want to focus on combos to get there faster. You should be focused on combos anyways. It's good money, get rid of all the problems, but this makes you have that extra incentive. Combos curse a random enemy. The fact that you can't pick what gets cursed is bad, but, I mean, it's just good. I most of the time have it curse the person I want anyway. Sometimes it won't, but, I mean, getting to do a double damage on someone on screen is just great. This is okay. This is one where if you use more than one item, it gives you an extra one. If you use them both in the same turn. It's just okay to me. With this, it's better, but generally speaking, I'm not really trying to use 2 items at the same time. And you're paying 2 to get 1, which is okay, but like, how often... I don't find myself in a situation often where I need to use 2 items at the same time, so outside of having this, it's kind of like, okay, whereas this is just good on its own. Like, this top row is items where by themselves, or duplicates of themselves, if possible, they're just immediately better. This is the one where combos reduce cooldown for that item. I'm gonna say A. It would be S, but I think because they capped it to do 4 cooldown, I think before it used to just do all of it, so you have to stack it now to get like the most out of it, which isn't bad, but it makes me lower it a little bit. It's still a good item though. I think this one where if you do your signature move, it curses, yeah. This counts on the character. I'm gonna say B, only because the problem is the characters I like playing, like the Jujutsu character. If I do this, I'm cursing you and making you take 2 damage instead of 1 when I throw you at someone. But for everyone else, it's really good. It just, that's the only problem for me. But just generally speaking, it's a good skill. You don't really go wrong with this. I believe this one that makes you do damage, yeah. Especially with this damage, I think the same thing. It's just, these are just standard, they're good. If you had to pick one, you pick it. This is I put in the C only because it's very situational. It gives you more damage when you move. If you make a build around dash, make a build around smoke bomb, it's good, but generally speaking, it doesn't really do great on its own, which is the only problem I have with it. Phoenix Feather, it brings you back to life after you died. You have less health, but it brings you back to life after you died. What is, like, there is no downside here. I mean, the downside is minus health, but you died. So, the other option is you just stay dead, which is not the greatest choice. This one, I think, yeah, so, where's the other one? Because I want to put them at the same time. Because it's this one and the one that makes you take less damage, where I'm like, oh, we'll get to it. So, this one, you start with a shield, you have minus health. I put this low, because of the fact that I don't want anything taking away my health. I want more health. More health means I get to live longer. More health means I get to fight enemies better. Shield is great, but more likely than not, if I need to start each fight with a shield, I'm already kind of in a bad place. It would probably save a lot of my runs, but the minus health is the problem for me. Especially when you have an item like this, it's just plus 2 health, no negatives. Why would I not take, if I had the choice, I can get shield, losing 2 health, or just have 2 more health. This is just immediately better. If this just gave you shield, you start each fight with the shield, better. I think it wouldn't break the game because this one just gives you more max health anyway, and it heals you up. Basically, like if you have 4 and you pick it up, you end up with, so if you have 4 max health, you pick this up, you get 6 max health. It then heals you for 2. 1 second. Okay, and we're back. So I was saying, yeah, this is just better. This is okay. Let me pull up the list again. Nope. There we go. Ignore our wallpaper. Guarding. Yeah, this one's bad. I can't take this. I would honestly put this over this because of the fact that this just gives you what? Reducing how many damage by 1, cannot reduce to 0, minus 3 max health. If I'm not taking this, I'm not taking this. That is way too much health to be risking just to, like, not take a little bit of damage. It's kind of just not a great choice. And if it could get you to 0 damage, I would be okay with it. I don't think there's a reason it shouldn't. I mean, you could stack it, but, like, then you're wearing minus 6 health for it, and that doesn't feel worth it. It just doesn't feel like a good item. Karma is okay. You should plan on not getting hit, but it's an okay item. Just because it sometimes can save you from that second hit, the same way like starting with the shield can, or the enemies hit you, they freeze thing, but it's okay. This is great just because combos reset your hand, basically. You should be going for combos no matter what, just because it's really good. And picking enemies off one at a time is fine, but because the way the game spawns enemies, you will get overrun sometimes, so that is just a better option. I think it's over your special move poisons. I just want to make sure. Yes. This is okay. The only reason is the extra cooldown to your special move is bad, but the poison is just good because it's just more damage, especially if your characters like where you're doing a swap toss with the Chainmaster or something. You're now getting damage on that person without having to actually hit them. Mindfulness is really good if you have a high cooldown. If you don't, it's still decent because sometimes you will be having to wait a turn anyway. So there's no reason to not take it. If you have like if kind of options, there's no reason not to take it. It's just a good item. Monomancer, I also put this high because this is just really good for the fact that you put a tile by itself, it does more damage. This is good for just chunking big enemies, chunking bosses, giving your kunai that little extra push for damage. Like, it's just good. This one I believe is it gives curse every other turn. I want to make sure. Yeah, every odd numbered wave. This is good because it just works in the background, no negatives, just curses enemies. You're happy. There's no negatives to this. Like when someone's cursed, oh yeah, that's great. Like there's no problem. This is A. This gives you a shield if you overheal. I think it's fine. It could be better. I mean, it could be better. It's more situational, but it's just a good item in general for if you have -2 health and you heal, you now have a shield and full health versus wasting the extra health or wouldn't get hit. This one is, what is it? Signature move? No. Cooldown signature move? Good. You want your signature move more often. The more options you have are always better. There's never a detriment to that. Taking damage to get a shield? Yes. Same reason as the freeze, except I put it higher just because the freeze doesn't necessarily work on everyone. The shield is a shield. It's just good. This item is C. Even with this combo synergy, it's okay. Because you're only really getting a little bit of gold extra from it. I don't know if it's really worth it. It's okay. You can pick it, you can not pick it, but meh. Reroll on every reward is free. I'm gonna put this in D because I've never gotten it. I've always either not had the money for it or there are better options. So for me, that makes it kind of fall lower. But I also reroll a lot, so this is a good item. It's just I don't ever take it. I don't have a video of me ever even having it, so that's gonna be a challenge for me. Go get this item. Shield persists across fights. It's okay. It can be good. It's really great, but it's not gonna be the run saver in my opinion. More damage when far away. I love this because it makes your kunai do more damage, your gun do more damage, your arrows, like everything is just better because of this. So yet again, no detriments. Love it. Combos heal. You should be going for combos. Combos healing is a great thing. This is a great item. The fallback is if you do it twice, you get cursed. I don't know why you would do it twice. Outside of really just messing up, I guess. Or not accounting for someone killing something. Like, I don't know. I've never triggered that to get cursed. So I don't see a reason to, like, why it would be bad. It's just good. Doing your special move in either direction. B tier, it's a good item. I don't use it very often because I don't care about it. Or it's my brain doesn't register correctly on how to use it. So it's a good item. I just don't think about it correctly most of the time. So I'm like, if I have this or other items to choose from, I'm picking the other items. And the enemies do more damage to each other. C tier. It's situational. It's not bad. It's just, if you have bow staff, you have things that move you around that can do it, but more likely than not, I'm going to be doing more damage to them than they are going to do to each other. So yeah, yet again, if you like this, let me know, subscribe, and tell me what you think about some of my tier list suggestions, or what you feel about it, or if you want to do like a live tier list thingy. But yeah, see ya.